In this example, we're going to look at algebraically determining if a function is an even function, an odd function, or neither of those. To start, let's look at what it takes to be an even function. Our definition states that for every x in the domain of f, it must hold that f of negative x is equal to the original f of x. That's what it'll take for a function to be even. To be odd, we'll need every x in the domain of f to have the property such that f of negative x is equal to negative f of x. Noting that algebraically, one of these is multiplying x by -1 and the other is multiplying that output f of x by -1. So as we look at each of those statements, when we're determining if a function is even, odd, or neither, the first thing we want to do is look at f of negative x. We'll notice that f of negative x is contained in each of these, so that's what we'll need to compare to either f of x or negative f of x in determining this. So let's look at our function here. We have a function h, and it's defined by h of x equals 5x cubed plus 3x squared. So we'll be dealing with the function h here. So h of negative x is the first thing that we want to find. Now, in finding h of negative x, we're simply going to replace every instance of x in that original definition with a negative x. So this will be 5 times negative x, and we'll cube that negative x. Then we'll add 3 times negative x, and we'll square that negative x. When that's simplified, if we note that negative x cubed, that's just going to be negative x times negative x times negative x. So when that simplifies out, we're going to have negative 5x cubed for that first term. And then negative x, when that quantity is squared, remember that that's negative x times negative x. And so that will be positive x squared. So for that second term, we're going to have positive 3x squared. Oh, squared, sorry. Okay, so as we look at that expression, we can see that that is not the same as our original h of x. So as h of negative x does not equal h of x, the function h is not even. Okay, so we've determined it's not even. Now, to determine it's not odd, we're going to want to compare h of negative x with negative h of x. So this is the opposite of h of x, or -1 times h of x. So we'll take the opposite of 5x cubed plus 3x squared. And when that's simplified, we'll see that that's negative 5x cubed minus 3x squared. And when we look at that comparison, that is not equal to h of negative x. So as h of negative x is not equal to negative h of x, the function h is not odd. So for our final summary, the function h is neither even nor odd.